talk about Sam Darnold and the Vikings?
It's rough, man. I
Can I
mean,
ask?
I think we can give him credit for getting there and winning 14 games and all this, but if the Vikings are really this good, if they have this great squad around them that may have carried Sam Darnold this far, they gotta make an upgrade, and it sucks, but
So,
this might be the best season that a quarterback will have and get cut after.
well, there's no. Well, okay. Oh God, this is the thing. It's like, have we ever had a season, a quarterback season like this, where I'm talking from the jump, where
Yeah,
we you were at this point a journeyman who
yep,
was once a first round pick and was considered to be
a big bust.
a guy, or yeah, and then turned into a bust.
Yep,
You end up on the Vikings, who drafted a quarterback in the first round,
yep.
and
You're
if
supposed
he
to be
did,
a vet backup, a solid vet backup.
if he doesn't get hurt, do you even play? And then you start to play, and then you start to look good, and then it's like, all right, what's gonna happen? And then
Yeah,
he keeps playing
and
well,
you're
and
like,
then
oh,
it's
they've
like,
got 8 wins. They're probably gonna lose a few. Blah, blah, blah.
and then the Vikings are just a great team.
Yeah,
And last week, I kind of said the same thing where I said, if you told me the Vikings and the Lions played each other and they both were playing like the season was on the line and the Vikings couldn't score more than 9 points,
yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised. And the Vikings just played a game where the season was on the line and once again
Scored 9 points.
couldn't score more than 9 points. I
Yeah.
mean, we've never had a season like this with a quarterback. I don't think ever. And I don't know
Not
how.
not that I can remember. No.
I mean, just to be a. I mean, like we said, a bust turned journeyman, earning a spot after the rookie first rounder got hurt.
Yeah.
14 wins,
Yep.
crumbled under pressure.
Yep.
Now, would this be an example of this whole regular season was pretty much no pressure, no sweat? I'm Sam Darnold. I wasn't even supposed to be here.
Could be. And then by the time you get there,
I
it's a
mean,
different
okay,
world.
you got your quarterbacks who have a great rookie year. And then obviously there's no question on what you're going to do. Moving like with Dak Prescott, his
Yeah.
rookie season, it's like, okay, who would have known that was going to be his best year ever, in hindsight. But, obviously, you have a almost 40-year-old Joe Flacco who comes in under no pressure. It's like, okay, no matter how well he plays, we're not starting him next year.
No.
It's like there's always, we know what's going to happen. But with Sam Darnold, I have absolutely no clue what the Vikings are going to do with him, to the point where is it going to be a complete open QB battle for the. I
Yeah.
know
I mean,
teams will say
well. I mean,
that.
you brought up. Um. Well, I mean, earlier in the season, they were talking about how. I mean, Sam's their guy next year. I mean, you were saying, "Oh, Sam's their dude." That's what they were saying. But I mean, yeah, you brought up how Aaron could go there. There's some free agent quarterbacks. There's some dudes, but again, you still got a JJ. You got to develop or get rid of.
But yeah, see, that's the thing. They went from calling the Rams about drafting or about
Honestly,
trading
if I was
for.
the Vikings this year, I think winning this amount of games put them in a much worse position for last year. I mean, for
It
next year.
did. And I wonder what would have happened if they did pull off that Stafford trade.
Oh, I know.
Like, remember when there was a point where they were going to trade for
Isn't that
Stafford,
crazy?
and
But
now and
they
then
they go off and face off in
lose to
the playoffs
Stafford.
and lose to Stafford.
But then it went from we're trying to trade for Stafford to Sam Darnold's our guy to holy shit, we just lost to the Rams and
We
and,
just lost
and
to Matt
Stafford.
Stafford. Yeah.
I just
I mean, and it's like yeah, I don't know. I mean, he proved everybody wrong, um, and then just
did he
turned back
though?
into Sam Darnold. You know,
What is proving somebody wrong though?
well,
Like
I
to
mean,
me,
it wasn't like we expected.
okay, think about it like this: when if a quarterback like gets drafted to a historically just unlucky quarterback team,
Washington.
uh and say he say it's the say the vibes are so off that he gets punched in the face and his jaw gets broken and he has to get rewired surgery, right? And then he goes off to another team and is able to go to the playoffs. And like to me, Geno Smith proved people wrong
Yeah.
in terms of it's like you
Well, I mean, what I meant was just like when JJ went out,
okay.
it was like, yeah, the Vikings are gonna blow chunks all over the place. Now, in hindsight, like I just said, I think they would have been better off if Sam had a bad year. I think it makes an easier quarterback decision. They get a draft pick, they can develop and do things. Instead, they fucking make Sam Darnold look like a monster, and now they don't know what to do with him. But no, I mean, he went out and played well enough. He didn't make a ton of mistakes until it mattered.
Well, it was like a really good rookie season.
Yes,
Sam Darnold had a really good rookie year. It's like nobody thought you'd play well. You balled out
like
your
Mark
rookie year,
Sanchez.
and then the pressure was on,
Yeah.
and you absolutely crumbled. And I guess the question is, even though it took like were we right about Sam Darnold, even though it took this long?
Yes. I mean,
I mean,
it was going to come at some point.
we'll see. Okay, we
And but
kept saying that, right?
the fact that it happened now in the past 2 weeks makes us a little bit more right. If this happened week 10 and then he bounces back from it, still plays a little bit, still plays pretty well, I think it's different. But to fold in this moment after having a 14-win season, I think it looks a lot worse.
Yeah, but I mean, there were. See, but the thing is, like, obviously, neither of us, we didn't think the Vikings were winning the Super Bowl.
No.
So, no matter how well Sam Darnold was going to continue to play, we didn't think they were going to win the Super Bowl. So, what I'm saying is, were we right? Like, oh, they weren't able to get it done. It's like, okay, did Sam Darnold become Sam Darnold, or did we see Sam Darnold under the lights for the first time ever? And now we just like I don't technically feel like I was right about Sam Darnold. Like I wouldn't have thought Sam Darnold would have just had a really, really good full regular season.
Yeah.
Now would you have asked had you asked me just how well do you think Sam Darnold's gonna play in the playoffs? It's like shit. Considering he never has.
Yeah.
And has never been a consistent starting quarterback in a regular season.
Yeah.
Probably not too well.
Yeah.
Like I
But
don't feel like
at the same time, like we can put all of this on Sam.
Yeah.
We gotta remember it's the Vikings though.
What do you mean?
The Vikings. I mean, I don't correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's the same head coach from a few years ago when they lost to the Giants in the playoffs.
When did
I mean,
Kevin
this
O'Connell?
team is defensively they looked horrible. I think Sam looked horrendous and they couldn't get anything going, but they were getting
But,
bullied
but
by the
defensively,
Bears.
they looked great all year.
Well, I think
And I'm not even gonna say that.
a
No,
little bit
the
of that
defense
started to
was
fade
making
later
some
in the season.
plays, bro. The defense were making some plays, bro. I can't even say that
No,
because
they definitely gave him opportunities. Like
I
early
mean,
in that game before that scoop and score. I mean, they had a shot to still be in that game.
well, I'm saying Detroit and LA. How many times do you want the defense to hold them
Yeah, no, I agree.
to 3-7? I mean, what how many times? Like
They got to
Sam,
hold them to 8 to win, apparently.
Sam, please go score. I
Yeah,
mean,
no,
please.
you're right. Yeah,
I don't know. It's like yeah, we were right in terms of we knew
he
what
would
was going to
fold at some
happen.
point.
He was going to fold at some point, but I didn't think it was going to be
Well, I
this
mean,
late.
but the thing is like if we look at the expectation of the season,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they for sure outdid what they were supposed to do.
Yeah, but like you
Um,
said, it's like this might be
it,
the
like
best year a
it didn't make it
quarterback's
any
had.
better, you know.
You said this might be the best year a quarterback's had who gets cut. It's like,
Yeah,
is there actually a chance he gets cut?
yeah, there is.
Is there actually a chance Sam Darnold gets cut?
There's a chance he doesn't start next season. Yeah,
That's different.
Yeah, I don't know if he'll get cut or
Even
benched
Kirk,
or whatever. But
even Atlanta and Kirk said they're down to have him be the backup. So I mean, if
are you
Sam,
serious?
yeah,
Well, it's because Kirk knows that he's a backup, and if he's gonna get paid that much, why the fuck not? But
well, I would
they're definitely
imagine.
gonna restructure.
I would
Yeah.
imagine. I'd
Um.
imagine, yeah, it would be
But yeah,
restructured.
maybe Kirk doesn't have that confidence in him anymore. But I mean, yeah, if you look at the Vikings quarterbacks, it was Kirk and then Sam, and it's two guys who can't pull it together in prime time.
That's the thing. Like Sam could go to Atlanta next year and I guess have a pretty decent regular season, and the same shit's gonna happen. So,
Yeah.
I, yeah, I mean, to me, it has to be a full on 100% open tryout for QB1 next year.
But to me, it's like, I'm not saying tank, and obviously it's the NFL. You want to win, you want to do this and that, but I mean, try to set yourselves up a little bit. I mean, you got a rookie quarterback who you trust and believe in, but now you got to act like a team who's supposed to be here, and you got to find a quarterback who's going to bring this team along. Um, so I don't know. I don't know who that guy is.
I'd say they know their ceiling with Sam. Start McCarthy.
Yeah,
If he's shitting the bed 4 weeks in,
but
all
he's a
right. Well,
rookie.
hold on. Okay, 7 weeks in,
Hey,
whatever. However many
yeah,
weeks it takes for you to get pulled, put Sam back in to where it's like you can get some regular season dubs. I guess I mean, considering he was able to be the quarterback on a 14-win team, I'm not saying they're going to be this good next year, but to have that as your backup opposed to Kyle Allen,
yeah,
I mean, it's a better it's obviously a better option.
yeah. But no, I think they're just in a weird spot where it's like, no, next year they have to like hunker in. They have to add pieces because I mean they can. They've shown that they can compete for the division. Um, but you know, I mean, if they won the last game of the season, they're sitting at home this week and they're facing us. Instead, they're getting bullied by the Rams. Um, but you know, it's a weird situation. Yeah, I expect them to build up next year and try to do this again, but I don't see them winning shit.